Food. Pretty good stuff. From a very young age, I've been taught to clear every last morsel of food from my plate. That really resonated with me, and as I've grown older, it's dug itself deep into my mind. As self-proclaimed lunch monitor in high school, I made sure every other student's plate was squeaky clean to the point that I could see my own face looking back at me. Though that tactic didn't quite have the same effect when I moved up to university, I was never deterred. In fact, my drive only ever grew larger. I've recently gotten into watching Peggle speedruns, but the one thing I despise is how many pegs get left uncleared. To try to calm my anger, I'm going to clear a very difficult Peggle level, but I won't waste one single peg. I'll show you all how saving this planet's really done. Okay, so I'm learning a few things about Peggle today. First off, I thought Peggle was on new consoles. I thought it would have been ported over. No, it's only on like PS3 and PC. So I'm recording on PC, and it records Peggle as an absolutely tiny little screen. For some reason, it totally messes up my recording. And as well, in the intro, there's like birds. I think there's birds in the background that you can hear. I was testing to see whether my headphones are working. Like, I wanted to check that you couldn't hear the birds out my laptop and that it was just through my headphones. Like, I took my headphones off, I was listening, and I could still hear the birds. And I was like, my headphones are really, really quiet. Why can I hear the birds? And it was driving me mad, and it was taking me ages and ages and ages. I could not figure out for the life of me why I can hear anything. And it turns out it was just the birds outside. So I'm a bit of an idiot. But anyway, I think this level's like a really good mix of challenge, because that fish just here always like in the way, so it always blocks like the best route. But I have not played Peggle in honestly years and years and years and years and years. It's such a fun one. It's such a nostalgic experience coming back to this. Oh, I'm an idiot. I did not even notice that I was clearing the orange pegs. I need to look out for that. I need to leave the orange peg for last, which actually makes this quite a lot more complicated. I should also probably save the green pegs to last. Typically, the green pegs are really good because they give you like the ability to shoot through all the pegs. But in this case, it's very good for late game because like when I've only got a few pegs left, it's hard to kind of aim sometimes. But this really allows me to properly aim. It's really strange to me how they made a game that's so mind-numbing, so fun. The game itself, there's nothing really to it. You just shoot a ball. That's awful. You shoot a ball and that's it. But this is actually, like, they really somehow found a way to make it really entertaining. But see, it's not too bad. You can get most of the pegs, but getting all of them is difficult. So I'm going to stick with Bjorn for now, so it shows you which way your ball will bounce. So there's some good ones here, but I'm going to go with the one that is a bit more basic, but actually helps me out late game. If I can save these green pegs, which obviously you can't always do, but if you can, try and save it for a later point. This is where this fish becomes a problem, and I did exactly the opposite of what I said. I used the green one. Whatever, it's fine. I was doing research for this video, and it turns out there's Peggle 2. I had absolutely no idea Peggle 2 was a thing. I thought it was this. Like, to me, I don't like the visual style, but I've heard some people say it's way better than this. It's one of those things where I feel like I'd be betraying this Peggle if I went to something else. So what I really need to do is focus on this bucket. It's harder to do like at the early game because there's so much that could delay the ball from falling, but late game I really need to focus on the bucket. It's such an instinct though to hit. Oh man, I'm so bad at this. That fish really does pose a huge problem, but that's why I like this level. It's nice when there's like props to make it harder, and there is surprisingly more strategy in this game than you'd think really. I mean, you've got 10 balls, but 10 balls is not enough to clear a whole map most of the time, so you really need to time it with the bucket and try and get all the bonuses like with the purples, so you can get enough points to get extra balls. So I'll get you out of the way. The thing is, I just did that, and I don't know why I did that, because he's actually covering more this side than that side. Because there's no props other than this little guy, there's no like props to bounce off of, like the ball, like, it's very easy just to lose it like that. Okay, let's try Jimmy Lightning. Bjorn's pretty rubbish. I say like Bjorn's better for late game, but if you never get to late game, then he's not very helpful. If I really like have to like squeeze every penny, I'll try and do stuff like this. I say that. Like what I meant is like try and bounce it off like one peg at a time and just get it safely into the net. Like I'll try this. That was pretty impressive. So I have it on my Xbox, and I full cleared it on my Xbox, and for some reason I was just like, oh yeah, I'll be able to access my whole save file again on PC. And so I had to just redo everything. So I played like up to the level I needed, which means I don't have like the higher level characters to like help me. But you know, we don't need their help. We can do this raw. Late game is very difficult. There's so little to bounce off of. You've also just got to cross your fingers and pray something happens. So that's doable. I can bounce it off there. Let's try this. I'm gonna try and bounce it up there. I cannot believe I actually did that. Okay, get the bucket over to the... Oh, no. I forgot about the orange peg. I forgot about the orange peg being the last one. What doesn't help as well, on top of like all the problems like with the wasting time with audio and like the whole screen being really small, I woke up feeling like the worst I've ever felt, like ever. It's just been one of those days where everything's gone wrong. I had a good sleep. I typically don't sleep very well, and this time I had a full 8 hours, which I hardly ever get, and I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be really nice. I finally got a day off. I'll have a nice lie in. I'll feel really good. And I felt, oh, perfect, what a great one. I felt like I hadn't slept at all. And you know, like when you wake up and you've just got a really deep voice. It's just been one of those days today. This kind of reminds me of the Pachinko level from Mario Sunshine. Now, when it comes to Mario Sunshine... Now, when it comes to Mario Sunshine, that's my favourite Mario game of all time. I absolutely love Mario Sunshine. And I love it because it's very difficult. Like, Mario games typically aren't very difficult. That one is very, very hard. But when it comes to the Pachinko level, I do not understand why it was made the way it was. It's a cool idea, but when it comes to, like, the physics of it, to any of you that have actually played it, like, when you're trying to, like, go into a certain, like, area of the Pachinko machine, there are invisible, like, forces, is the best way I could describe it, that ram you out of where you want to go. You try and fall, and it just whip off to the side. Mario Sunshine was definitely one of the hardest games I've ever played in terms of, like, just being brutally unfair. I think this one is going to be really helpful. Yes, perfect. See? Like, this is going to help. It's going to flick it back up. Perfect. See, it would have been over already, but instead of being over, I've just repeatedly hit the same pegs I've already hit. Yep, that is why you get the flippers. But see, it's so charming, this little game. And I didn't realise their eyes actually follow the ball. I really needed... Oh! Yes! And back to the other flippers. Though there's limited control with the flippers, it feels like the way to go for now. Now, I know you. Yes, you. You're probably thinking to yourself, this whole story is all just one big joke. Just a stupid skit to get more clicks to appease the YouTube algorithm gods. But to show you just how wrong you are, I'll do something I've never done before. Finish a whole baked potato. Baked potatoes are my least favourite food of all time. They're just so bland and dry, they just completely dehydrate my mouth. But hopefully me displaying this act of bravery today will not only change your mind, but inspire you to pass on this message just as forcefully, if not more so, than I am with you today. So get going. You have got a planet to save. You really don't, like, level design, you really don't think about it too much. It's one of those things that you don't think about if it's done well, but it's like, unless like, I don't know what I'm actually talking about, but when it does come to like video games and stuff, I feel like if a video game is made really well, you shouldn't notice all of the little things, because the little things in a video game, for me, Little Nightmares, like all the paintings in the background, those things really make like the world building feel like amazing, and I love that about the game. But once it's not done very well, then you notice. So like, even though you're thinking, oh, I've put all this work into like making this like really cool part of a video game, but no one notices, if you don't do that, people will notice. That's how this works. Okay, that was great. I've recently found like a couple of games that I thought would really like and didn't. One of such being, I will say Little Nightmares 3 wasn't a game I really liked, unfortunately. I absolutely loved Little Nightmares 1 and 2, my favourite games of all time. I'm just going to be honest, I didn't really like Little Nightmares 3. I thought it lacked a lot of what made the original 2 really good. But the good thing is though, when it comes to like a bad experience, is the fact that it makes you realise what the previous games did so well. Because I loved, as I said, I loved Little Nightmares 1 and 2, but I couldn't really put anything to it. Like, I really, really liked it, but I couldn't specifically say why I liked it. But having that experience of not really liking a game as much really made me find out why I liked Little Nightmares 1 and 2 so much. So I like to spin it, so like, even though it's a negative thing, that it's not like you waited all this time for a game that you didn't like, it really is a good thing in a way, because now I realise why I like the other ones so much more, and it makes me appreciate them a lot more as well. Instead of taking it as a negative, just spin it in a positive way. Like, I knew this would be really hard, but I did not realise how brutally difficult clearing all of this one level would be. But this fish, man, okay, new strat. Use something other than the flippers. The flippers are terrible. So Bjorn's terrible. The flippers are terrible. The ball reappears at the top. Actually insane. Let's do that. 2 balls. No. Get this and bounce it in the basket. The way I have to do this is get this, bounce it in the basket. No. 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 There's one left. No. Oh. That was so... Like, I didn't think that would happen. I didn't think I would get near, but that was so... Oh! I said, like, earlier, this reminds me of the pachinko machine in Mario Sunshine, but isn't this literally just pachinko? I think this is just pachinko. Ooh. Oh my... I have to Hail Mary it. Oh! I'm not going to talk about it, okay? I don't want to talk about it. I had 12 balls there. Don't take that out of context. This is going to happen. What always happens when, like, you do a really good attempt is you start getting like, oh, it took ages. Okay, let's just get back there. Let's get back there. And then you rush and you lose. Why can't, like, for once in my life, I ever just get, like, a time where, like, in that really, I get, like, I pull off a really clutch win, like, earlier, but, like, if I actually made that last shot, I mean, that was pretty clutch, I guess. That's not what I'm asking for. Don't clear the orange peg. For the love of God. Oh my God, don't you dare tell me that I can't get it there. I can't get it? I can't get it there? I have to do this. I'm gonna have to try and rebound it from this point right here into the bucket. And try and get it on another one. Oh! Oh! Yes! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! That was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, man. How did that work? How did that even happen? How did that happen? How did does the guy move every turn? This is so much harder than it needed to be. Perfection. See, now that wasn't so hard, was it? So next time I ever see any of you play Peggle, I expect no different. Whether you're speedrunning or not. Well, I should probably let Max in now. It has been about 6 hours. The weather has been pretty bad today, but that'll teach him to leave food in his bowl. Max, you can come in now. Max? Max?